Hi guys. Okay, no one's here, but again, I'm just gonna record this whole thing, and I'm probably not gonna respond to comments that much, but maybe in between, whatever. So, I've been doing this thing where I'm just going through all of my music. We're playing it on live because I'm trying to start to learn my own songs on live, so I can do little mini concerts and stuff in my room at first, and then maybe someday if I get good, other places. To be determined, right? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to do, wait, it's already starting. Okay, so we already did all of well, not every song, but we did the first 16 songs of Lab Grown Diamonds, which all have lyrics and stuff. Also, I just woke up, I'm not I haven't done anything. I haven't even brushed my teeth, washed my face. I haven't practiced yet. I wanted to make coffee, but I wanted to also start with some of the songs on this album. And I'm not gonna explain each one. I think I'm just gonna kind of see what I'm just gonna be listening to them. I kind of went in with Easter eggs, talking about sort of every detail, hidden meanings for all of Lab Grown Diamonds. But I don't think I always need to tell you guys all of it. I think I just, it's alright. But at some point maybe. We'll see. Or people can just find out on their own, and we'll see. I don't know yet. So the first song on that album is called Remnants of You. These are lighter albums for me, which is funny because they still have mostly darker themes when I really think about it. It makes it funny, I guess, because yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
You might have lost your job, just to be clear, with all this fear.
Okay. You guys are gonna hear imperfections and stuff, but it is what it is.
Lost your job, just to be clear, with all of this fear.
I'm gonna make coffee.
You don't know where the wild things are, or what they are. The igloo in England is melting now in the hot summer sun, but we don't know why. Love to see me as what you think this is, but the ghosts are inferior. It was money, what you were taught, but you were looking for the reasons. The trees are breathing, but so is the wood after the house you built. We'll travel into the ocean so you don't have to. Questions are everywhere. What are you running from? Guardian Leviosa, but you were just doing your job. You have responsibilities now.
Also annoying, I think I ended up pronouncing that wrong, but I just used the uncopyrighted version. I just made my own version, but it's but now the lyrics are that way.
Ghosts lying around, they might be contaminated. That's a real issue out there, so I don't know why I'm telling you. It's food for thought, not for comfort. We can't split the whole fairy tale down to the bone. You never want to face the body you look's frozen. I don't get to choose where we go. Coal mining is legendary. Let me put some things into perspective for you. Florida's a landmine, but that isn't interesting. People can say crazy things here on this soil, on this land. Say what you want about murder, most of it means nothing. Most people people get judged for their own funerals. The weeping neighbors don't know why stone angels cost half as much as they do. We need energy here, but we can't do this in daylight without contamination of our story. Let the love.
How much do I pay for my place? I pay 0. So before I was born, like when my mom was pregnant with me, my parents bought the house only using student loans, so it wasn't expensive because it was old. It was not like the normal cost of a house. I don't think it was even hundreds of thousands maybe. Like it was just student loans that they bought it with, so. But I pay 0 because it's just my family's house and stuff. I haven't moved out. But there's parts of it that are like, you know, not like up to date and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Rub off on me, but don't forget what the Stonehenge was really about at all. Lady has too many.
Because they didn't have like insanely high student loans. Like my mom went to college for like a few years, like a couple years. She didn't even like finish her degree or anything, I don't think, at the start. I mean, she eventually did like have degrees finished and stuff, but I think her first one, it was under the amount of money to not finish a community college degree, or I don't know. I mean, she went to like USF at some point, but like it might have been community college that she just took out like a low amount of like student loans and like paid off the house with just that. So yeah, it wasn't like a lot because it had issues and stuff, and because I don't know, not because, but like it's also a coincidence that like on my dad's side, the family, like my family built the house technically. So there were 3 houses that he built. One of my great-grandfathers, there were 3 houses on the street that he built, and so he got to keep one of them. Like he got to choose which one he wanted to keep because he was the one who was responsible for placing them there. So yeah.
Eyes around her.
Oh, but then they lost the house. And then that's why my mom and dad rebought the same house. They just didn't have to pay a lot for it because by then it was kind of messed up. But my dad was like living there paying rent before they decided to buy it, but it wasn't like rent to own. It was just like normal, like he had like roommates, like normal, I guess. I don't know. So it was just like a normal situation where he had roommates. But then my mom got pregnant, they decided to buy the house, so my mom took out student loans, they bought the house. And that's what happened. I don't know. But that's what happened.
Done. Maybe I've barely written what you thought I have, or you picked up somewhere. That's all let's share a brain, but we know where the wine is and where you brought it from. I don't know when you don't know where you get the energy from. We can't break what we have. Be careful.
It's literally like exposure therapy listening to my own songs. I'm like, well, now you can't hate this part, like, you know, because I hear a part where I'm like cringing, and then I hear a part that I love, and it's like every other like 5 seconds, but it's also, you know, all the things I have to remember about it are there, and like the mental blocks, but like I do love them, but like, you know. There's like grains from the coffee in here. I hate that. Like little black specks in there. It makes it look like rat poop. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It's scary. It's just the coffee. Like, I'm scared. This one's called Ducks for the Lake. So.
Trees, they won't save me. Spend it all on the dance for the lake.
foxes and brown bears, because
yeah,
yeah, after Ducks for the Lake, we have to follow up with something that's also about something very similar, which is foxes and brown bears.
All of this wonderland, I don't know what I'm at risk of losing. All of the darkest fairy tales, aren't they magical? All of these vacations where you don't know where you're going, I thought I'd find out about all of the foxes and the brown bears. Instead, I tear up little notes I'm at risk of using for a spell or a song or a curse. They were definitely supposed to be there, but still I missed why they should, and they missed the cut anyway. So now I'm afraid to open the doors and windows all of my ancient home too, for you to know. She's drinking blood when she doesn't know it. We're all cousins. Be careful where you're going tonight. Under the bridge, you're never supposed to be there. There's no such thing as safe if the zebras can find you, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Write several books and throw them away. Then tell me why there's blood in all our drinking water, or what stories are on fire. Just because it doesn't seem good now doesn't mean we won't look back in time. There's blood in the circuit.
I think you can tell when I was creating this, I felt like there was a lot of hints of like true like psychic information and lab grown diamonds. I was actually trying to get away from that, and so the weird thing here is that my voice still sounds like it sounds like I'm saying something that's true when I'm trying not to. And so it's sort of like the in-between. It's like if anything about it like was true, not only did I not know, but I was trying not to like see it that way. But I was like trying to get away from that for the next era. I was like, I don't want to not feel like I'm writing things that are like fully fictional, because I sort of felt that way. Okay, someone said, do you support queer and trans people? I would say, like, obviously yes. But like as far as morals, I think sometimes I would support you more than like straight people, because I think straight people could be boring. Like get a personality sometimes, you know? But like I feel like sometimes queer and trans people already have a personality like built in. So I just support that more, because you're more yourself. Like you actually would get to know a person because they have like different parts of themselves to like get to know. But sometimes like people who are straight, they just want to be so boring that like you can't really differentiate some of them from like other people. So yeah. So it's that would make me sound like everybody should just be queer or trans, I guess, but like loud about it or something, because they're more interesting, you know. So yeah. Everyone's a witness. They don't know if the sun is a part of the story or where it goes at night. Be careful, you don't know why you lost your phone out of nowhere. So, I don't know if you guys can tell. That actually is a really good song, but okay, so it's about being under a bridge, and like a bunch of zebras come to get you, but before you go under the bridge, you realize that there's like water in all of your drinking water, like you can just sense it. So then you freak out, you go under a bridge, but then giant zebras come and like eat you while you're under the bridge, and then you're kind of trying to process while you're under the bridge getting eaten by the zebras, like torn apart. You're trying to process the fact that you started to feel like there was blood in the drinking water, and that's why you freaked out and you went under the bridge for no reason in the middle of the night. It was in the middle of the night and stuff, so it's about being torn apart by zebras. But they're like roar, like zebras, you know. They're not your normal weird passive like striped horses.
So many immortal vampires here. Some of these people are homeless, some of these people are real, some of these people cover.
That's sort of not a... That sounds mean. That's not what I meant. I mean, it is what it's telling the story of the album. I was really taking risks with the lyrics. To say, I think I said, what did I say? Okay. Take it with, like, it's meant to be a joke, obviously. It's supposed to be, like, coming from me, it's like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, but it's sort of like, yeah. I was taking a risk with the lyrics, and I wanted to say something that's kind of like, I think I said some of these people are homeless and some of these people are real in the lyrics. But I obviously didn't, coming from me, it's like, obviously I didn't mean it as like, in the real world, they're not real people. It's called, the album's called Your Proximity to True and Absolute Genius, so it's sort of ironic. But it isn't like a normal album, it's way more of a concept album. Like I said, the last song was about being torn apart by man-eating zebras. So it's not about like literal like political views in the sense of like me as me saying that to you, a real person, or any person. Obviously you're real, but like, you know, to phrase it that way makes it weird. Okay. So it's a concept album. Right now this one's called Immortal Vampires. This is from it's sort of like from the magic school vampire perspective of being like it's like they can live forever, so they have so much privilege that they can pretty much just be like, you know, they can just walk around talking like, well, some of these people are homeless, but some of these people are real. Like, yeah. It makes it sound crazy to just have in the lyrics, but I just take a lot of risks with that, and then I'm like, you know, the album is a concept album, but then it's like, it's also sort of like if people are gonna interpret me like that, then it was me that they were trying to interpret that way. So again, carrying with a little bit of energy from like Lab Grown Diamonds that I'm still sort of outgrowing in my songwriting at this phase, it being the second one. It's like, it takes a long time to shed that skin and be like, it doesn't matter what people, like I was kind of like, it doesn't matter what people think of me too much, to the point that I wasn't thinking of like all the context of it, right? I was like, oh, this fits the world, the concept album, from a character's perspective. So, yeah. But
some of these people are real, some of these people cover themselves in dirt though, just to be clear. And what about the birth rate and all of the divorces? You can't tell me there's a songwriter out there who never knew. You know how glittery your own funeral is and what all of these people are into.
I think right there, I was sort of trying to discover the title of the next album, because I was like, oh, it's out there, I just don't know what it is, you know. So to shout out the word, to shout out the word funeral right there, sort of like, I think was maybe the first brick in the building of finding out what the next album would be and stuff.
Baby vampire growing fangs. She's so beautiful, but no, she can't stop. She's deliberately biting the hell out of you. I could tell you something, but you weren't supposed to get it a lot. There's so much energy here. Your favorite goddess in the industry can even see who's been married off. And I can see what she sees or not. She baby vampy, I big vampy. You're so lost, but I bet you'll pretend you're not. Bet you needed to be here a lot. I love the way giraffes lean over to drink big gulps of water. You know she's one of Dracula's girls. Look at that outfit. I don't know what the stocking stuffers are. They're fake to me already. You actually want more people here, so you'll get more energy when this gets out. When this gets out. Suicide notes in every fortune cookie. It's going to look so weird when this gets out. I'm sure you'll make a quick buck when this story gets out. We won't know if it's real or not when this gets out. All of the crocodiles have dried out and stopped listening. The storyline is ghosting. Maybe it's easier to sip more coffee. We won't know why ghosts use your typewriters when we don't know if you're alone.
Okay. Instead of saying ghosts, like ghosts, because it sounds awkward, you're saying like TS, like ghosts, right? I didn't really practice like all the pronunciations yet because eventually I find like way better ways to do it, like in process, but I decided to just say ghost for like ghosts plural, which people can do, but yeah. I was like, well, don't people do that everywhere all the time? I guess so. When it feels intentional.
We will find out one day your experimental ill will. Where have your memories gone? And why will it be weird when this story gets out? When this gets out. Blame all of this on me or you'll see some shape-shifting entity called Mars. We lost all of our feelings, but what if all the red in this world comes from blood? A full eclipse of shining armor. I am the stars you wish to bottle and to take me everywhere. Earl Grey talks to me. The stories are of only misuse. How does the overworld talk to you, bottled stars? Something gets so magical when we can't tell why you're here, but we can sense you a little bit. We've cut you off at all costs. Like cats trapped indoors, we don't know why, we go nowhere. I'll show you something you've never seen, but you didn't get this from me. Remember where you are right now. Let's play a game. I don't know how to say this. You're in the open world, but you might have started thinking of me recently. But I know you stayed quiet. I'm a ghost person. I can sneak into any place and do anything without getting caught when I don't want to.
This is another album that I think would be more fun,
but I'd keep it to
like in
myself
performance.
if you wanted
So.
me to show you. Something magical is happening. I know it'll disappoint. It's not the best that I've seen, but the great betrayal overseas has caught my attention. You don't have to tell anyone, but Saturn has totally caught you doing something weird again. Who's Rosemary and why have you brought a dead body as an offering to a grave? Again, you always...
Honestly, I don't remember, but I do like that line. I said, who is Rosemary and why have you brought a dead body as an offering to a grave? So, Yeah. I don't remember what rosemary is used for, but I think it was sort of like to cover like scents or something. I don't know. I know it's like an herb, but I don't really know what it was used for like historically. I think I knew at one point though, so it might be what it's about, but like it's sort of to say like it's sort of like you're the friend who's really good at like magic and leaving offerings in the storyline, right? And the other person there is the friend that's really bad at it. So it's like, you know, maybe you were like, oh, let's go to like a graveyard, but like, do you want to bring like some fun offering, whatever? Like, you kind of tell them like, you can bring whatever you want though. Like, I think you know what to do by now. Like, we've been talking about it a lot. Like, I think you can just pick your own and like we'll be good. Like thinking, oh, they're gonna pick maybe like some roses or like some tarot cards or some cupcakes or like, I don't know, some wine or I don't know, even carrots or something or like a dead mouse. Like, probably not, but you're like, well, they wouldn't do something weird. But basically it's like instead you both meet at this like grave site to see what offering they decided to bring, because you're just gonna have like a normal evening leaving offerings somewhere, but instead they decided that murder would be the best solution. And so now you have to be like, you're sort of like from the perspective of like, you're saying like, who is Rosemary and why have you brought a dead body as an offering to a grave? It's like, you know, it's just supposed to be really about that. It's just a really fun line. And at this point I was starting to think about like, wouldn't it be cool if people could do like rituals to like some of my songs or something, like how I would want to create songs that are like more supportive of that. But this was like me like barely evolving that idea so far of like maybe people could like do rituals to the songs that I'm creating. So yeah. But I wanted to like bring in like weird, scary, magical concepts at the same time before like evolving that idea, kind of. Any more horse themed stuff coming? So yes, I mean yes. So well, I do have Horse Gluttony. It's a book that, well, actually lots of horse themed stuff coming, kind of. So Horse Gluttony is a book I've started to self-publish on my YouTube page. So there's the first 2 chapters so far are out now in like an audiobook format where I'm just reading them. And there's like multiple cover arts for them. I'm like losing my voice, but like there's multiple like cover arts for them like in the YouTube videos. And I do still have the album that's out called I think it's like Affirmations to Not Believe Horses Exist Anymore or something like that. It's like very close to that if it's not that literal title. I have so many I kind of almost forgot, but yeah. So it's still out right now, and if you haven't heard it yet, you can listen to it if you want. I have other horses will just be like a random thing thrown in there all the time, or like an Easter egg and all that too. So, and who knows after a Horse Gluttony, you know, how long till the next horse themed book, but it's gonna take forever to fully put out every chapter because it's long. So yeah. But Horse Gluttony is like actively getting posted, so if you haven't caught up on those 2 chapters, then feel free to do it if you want. If you like horses and stuff.
Do this, I told you to calm it down.
Wait, I think I'm gonna change my outfit. Okay, wait.
Even if I could teleport, I shouldn't have to. You carry so much extra masculine energy around with you. It doesn't make sense for who you are. Maybe I mean
So I was talking to like like a straight man saying that, but like I'm losing my voice. But you get it.
More often,
No more
with
explanations.
brains out there somewhere. My first degree of separation isn't normally this boring to be around. My boss sends me a text saying get here as fast as you can, but I shouldn't have to teleport. You don't have to get it at all. You are like frost setting on fresh snow over ice.
So I said to my twin flame, I know that we're married, but I'm still trying to replace you. You said it yourself when the album comes out. The thing about song lyrics is whatever you say, you really just have to be saying for the rest of your life. Some people reason with themselves too much. Others wish they had double-jointed elbows for no reason. Don't keep your opinions to yourself, just pee on the fire to put it out. You have your whole life ahead of you. You don't need to get into music in your 20s. I've heard the rumors. I can't give you my shoes for free, but I'll give you the TV remote. I'm mad at you again for some reason, but you actually get it this time. I tried to force myself to lose money, but it always comes back. There's so much ghost money everywhere, we shouldn't have to stop. So we swipe our cards and it works. It's not free, our souls remember our worth. This whole town, ghost money can buy. We never have to stop, you don't have to understand me. His eyes were centered around some of the worst colors I'd ever seen. Okay, this one's called The Coldest Vampire Heaven. I'm gonna restart it though. Again, I was doing like 1 minute 57-second songs, which is short for me, but at least I have those in case I need them. His eyes were centered around some of the worst colors I'd ever seen. I told him that it didn't have to be real and that we still had time. We were walking along glass bridges and frosty highways of ice, leading straight to that coldest vampire heaven, where souls from Earth are scooped up often in some surprising blizzard or other. Storms come from blue eyes of harsh realities, and rationality gone down the drain. We are. Also, if you write a song about somebody, you're gonna be singing that song for the rest of your life. Which is fine. It's just you say one thing and you're saying that for the rest of your life, you know. Not that I want to change it, like I think it's cool to look in the archive, you know, but it's just funny. Supposed to understand, but it's correct. No one can stop her. Intellect is a very strange virtue, and few are supposed to understand her. Yet there's not a soul on the planet who hasn't broken through to the babyest first level. My God, she's going to die someday, and we don't have to know why. But peppermints hold true to their taste, no matter how many you shove in your mouth. We don't have to inflate the time we have left. We're all losing something. Pop stars glitter, awaiting their awakening. But stranger things have happened than that one thing you don't want to be true. This has to come out as fast as possible, and I don't have to tell you why. The door is purple, hers is blue. That's why it doesn't have to be you. This one's quieter. Weird meditation. It's called Your Spleen. It's actually about the organ, like a spleen. Just yours, but like, or anybody's, but like, not mine, I guess. But it's sort of funny, I don't know. It's about it actually being a person itself and having consciousness. So the spleen itself, I said your spleen learned to levitate in some weird meditation. It's actually about the concept of like, what if your organs could like evolve not only their own consciousness, but to the point where they want to be separate from you, but now they're trapped inside of you because now they're a part of you. Like now they've gained consciousness of the fact that they're a part of you. And so it's sort of about like, they can even meditate on their own and like they can learn to levitate in some weird meditation, and now they can even be stronger than you, but they're still trapped because they're only a part of you. It doesn't mean you've learned the skills that your organs have learned. It just means the organs have learned those and now they can't escape. So.
This was something you could never do. Your spleen learned to walk while nobody was home. Your spleen decided to talk about the movie. No, please take this seriously. Your spleen escaped your body and left somebody an offering. And it told me what.
So your spleen left your body and left somebody an offering is sort of like now the organs of your, it's almost like the concept of like envy or jealousy, how it like turns into obsession. Well, now it's like, well, those hypothetical like organs inside your body, well, actually they exist, but like those organs inside your body like gaining consciousness the whole time. It's like, well, what if they were actually like individually the one who was obsessed with that person, not you? So now that they've escaped your body and learned to grow and become important on their own, now they're developing obsessions with other people who are not you, because you're the unimportant one to the organs when you're the one where they come from. So like now they've individually, your organs have like been able to become obsessed with other people like independently, because they've gained consciousness but they're bored because they have nothing to do. There's no like life path for a spleen, you know? So now they're gonna go chase somebody and like try to leave them offerings, like do all kinds of stuff for them, you know? And you're like, well, what about me? I'm like, where you come from?
Maybe this was something you could never do. Your spleen got out and danced. Nobody can take this class unless something was wrong. Translator oddities showcase a remittent specimen. The final eclipse is upon us. The rights are rugs below the grass and dirt we might not see for a while.
The rights are rugs below the grass. I think I said in dirt you might not see for a while. The rights are rugs below the grass. And dirt you might not see for a while. I don't think I need to explain it. I think I ate with that.
Silverware made of glass, so the common people can't be too greedy. A piece of the glass might...
Silverware made of glass, so the common people can't be too greedy.
Off if everything isn't handled carefully. You might be eating glass if you aren't careful. We're on to you. This isn't about the stars at all. This isn't about fashion. It's just abnormal. Immoral behavior happens in front of our eyes every day. Greed is lime green and peppermint flavor. Rainbow smoke disrupts a clean room. I don't like the gray stone walls very much. They make me think something peculiar is taking place. Do you think they'll have to? Consciousness disguised within a gum wrapper, silver and not edible at all. I'll make the planet a better place. I hope you'll join me. The trend-setting end of the world feels so foggy. The foreground is where the corrupt shit happens. He's a very angry man, so he won't stay young forever. The glass is completely full, but it's full of broken pieces from another glass. We're from the enlightened era because there will be one without what we...
The glass is very full, but it's full of broken pieces from another glass.
It was so persnickety the way she couldn't let her first love down. Like he never got out of the cage she found him in, but she founded this town. If anyone could hold enough weight to keep her sparkle and change matters for the town, she should have been the one. But there were witches to burn, and the church couldn't save anyone. They didn't try, but if they had tried, they would have saved no one. The town was made.
I mean, yeah. You know, there were witches to burn, and the church couldn't save anyone. And they didn't try, but if they had tried, they would not have saved anybody. So, they just didn't try though, it's okay.
So soap. It should have been easier to clean the place up. White bathroom tiles, but they're broken. Her idols never went to a heavenly state of mind.
She sold her soul to the city, but with a catch. If she ever found out which one it was, she got it back. That was just called City.
No matter
That looks like an X, but like that doesn't.
A crowd will show up on their
Is that? No, it doesn't look like a Y.
That always happens. All of the magic schools will help. They love ice for no reason. But when you want to be someone, put on the skin tight white dress with a diamond choker. It's not hard to be relatable. It's not hard. We can't state the obvious. They already think we were born in our favorite sweaters. Let's not ruin it. I can't believe we lost.
I think I said I already think we were born in our favorite sweaters, so let's not ruin it.
The keys to your car, maybe you don't need it anymore. I gave you my phone number on notebook.
Something you lost the keys to your car, maybe you don't need it anymore. It's like when people are like, oh, everything's meant to be. It's like, well, you lost the keys to your car, maybe you don't need it anymore. Like, it's kind of, you know, like that.
Deeper the same night that you had a threesome with 2 older women. I just thought you had 2 gay parents. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be
I
bad.
love like a good shaming somebody for their actions that were not actually wrong lyric. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not personal. I just love a good, like, I'm shaming you for something that's not wrong. But also it's like, you know, making it sound as weird as possible, just for fun. So.
Way, but it was really weird to witness. So if it isn't bad, I bet you won't mind me telling the whole world. Apparently you needed to learn to live a little, and this was the only way. You were leaking energy from your own higher psyche. You were one of your own highest opponents on the other side. Is this where every part of the story goes? Or what?
I love to, like, do a good lyric that's like, you were this, but then you were this on the other side, because it's kind of like telling somebody, like, I bet you think everybody was you so much that you think I was also you. Or it doesn't have to be me, but it's like, oh, like, you have this rivalry with somebody, well, I bet you thought you were both you, to the degree that you thought the other person was also you, so it's like, you know. So it's like, on the other side is like, the other side of being a different person. You even thought this over there, like.
Of the best volcanoes, but we never got to find out alive.
So
I
did volcanoes again to sort of close out that chapter we started with Pompeii. Like, I was really kind of trying to close that portal. I felt like there was still kind of like an energy portal. I couldn't really like escape with that a little bit. So I was sort of referencing volcanoes as an Easter egg, but sort of trying to like close out that chapter. But I also like volcanoes, so there's other references in the future to that are like completely separate. But, you know. But I also kind of like remembered about myself, like, oh, cool, like now all the things that are like referenced in a song are like about me now. Like, now it's like I never have to not have a personality, because that topic, so about me. That topic, so about me. Like, I just get to be like inspired by myself, like, oh, that topic, so about me. So about me. Volcanoes, so about me. Oh, you dying in a volcano, so about me. Like, you know.
What you're made of doesn't have to be true. It's still gonna look like it someday. You were given devil while both of your eyes turned to glass. They weren't supposed to understand me, but they did. Look at how much they're made of. My zipper is broken, but this is a spacesuit. The diamonds are at the dinner table already this time around.
just world building, you know? My zipper is broken, but this is a spacesuit.
No matter
You gotta tell people where they are, you know?
where in the world, a crowd will show up on their own. That always happens.
A crowd will show up on their own, that always happens.
Magic schools will help.
Now, this was sort of this, like, ironic thing again, right? As far as, like, the literal version, but then it's also within the story. It's about, you know, playing with energy and manifestation and being on, like, a high vibration, and it's, like, to affirm that is cool, like, oh, a crowd will show up on their own, that always happens. But it was, again, from that kind of, like, privileged, like, vampire perspective, because this is called magic schools, but it kind of is about, like, the magic schools that vampires go to, but, like, very specific, like, portals within that world. It isn't just, I think you can kind of feel the energy, but I don't know. But it's a very specific, like, energy that it's about, you know? Whew. I was using energy to separate my different eras at this point. Which, that kind of can happen if you're not, like, trying to, but, like, I was really, like, I had so much extra energy that I was literally using, like, this entire thing has, like, a very distinct energy, and you can, like, sense it, to separate it from lab-grown diamonds. Which is fine, that's just how I evolved, but, like, you're gonna use the quiet thing in the room that people can't separate from themselves to, like, differentiate and tell them which album they're in the middle of? Weird choice, but I don't know.
Love ice for no reason, but when you want to be someone, put on the skin tight white fries with a diamond choker. It's not hard to be relatable.
I might have had a thing where I was sort of reusing a few lyrics not knowing at this point, because it was only my second album, and I don't really know what I was doing. Like, I think I got better at that over time. So, yeah. Yeah.
It's not hard. We can't state the obvious. They already think we were born in our favorite sweaters.
Oh, am I just replaying the same songs?
I can't believe we lost the keys to your car. Maybe you don't need it anymore.
I think I'm just replaying the same songs, but did we already listen to... I don't know where we're at. Okay. Should we just listen all the way and see? I'm still learning my songs, so I don't know.
Number on notebook paper the same night that you had.
We've already listened to this one. Okay. It's okay, it's a good one. I actually really like that one. So, okay. Now we'll listen to, I don't know if we did Love's Real for You with anyone. I don't remember, but I think this might have been another performing concert one, like, I wanted to do, you know? This is like I wanted to, I was already thinking about, like, stage performances and stuff, which I haven't got to, but, like, yet. But the first two albums, I thought about that very heavily. I was like, where are we going with this? Because I didn't know, like, what if my songs are so good they're just gonna go viral or something? What if I just have energy like people do? What if I do? I don't. But what if I do like the other people? I'm not like the other people. I'm gonna not have what the other people have. And that's gonna be what's cool about me. That's crazy, okay. That's fine. Because you know what? We're gonna find why that's cool about me. Which is gonna take a long time, but it's fine. Okay.
Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real with you for anyone.
I have to really pay attention because I did, like, Love's Real for You with Anyone as the title, but then I kind of did, like, I, like, mix up the words, right? I don't know. I don't even know the lyrics yet, but, like, Love's Real for You with Anyone, like, I sort of mix it up, like, you know, just adding words in there.
Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real with you for anyone.
From
Love's
anyone.
real for you with anyone. Love's real for you with anyone. I'll write songs about how much you must have loved her, 'cause it was ours and you stole it. It was ours and you stole it. Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real with you for anyone. Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real for you with anyone. how you wanna own every word. Soothe the boy if he gets the girl. Oh, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how you said goodnight like you think you're just my type. Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real with you for anyone. Love's real for you with anyone. Love's real for you with anyone. Play with fire like you don't know where it comes from. You should probably keep it a secret if it's something that you're willing to do. You should stay away. We'll be gone in a jiffy. Play with fire like you don't know where it comes from. Yeah, you'll change your fate if they can't change their own. And you know I've been tripping on water somehow, so I'll never have to know. I don't have to know my fate, so what's yours? But I left a legacy and not known. Play with fire like you don't know where it comes from. I don't mean it that way, I don't have to.
Okay, now we're on to just ones that don't have lyrics, so we're not gonna have to continue that. Do we want to do the next? I don't know what album we want to do now. Because I'm having fun. Maybe we want to listen to more ones. Right now I'm just doing the ones with lyrics. I'm back for a tick. How is it going? Oh, it's going great! Nay! It's going great. Let's see. We're just listening to some of my songs. So if you want to stay for that, you know. Which one do we want to do? Some of them don't have a... Well, they all have ones that have lyrics. But... we could do The Ghostwriter of Your Funeral, but I think I do multiple versions of the same song a lot on there. We could do To Burn a Rose or The Galaxies Between Us, because I like those ones. We could do the opposite, Hospital for the Never Wounded, but that one's kind of dark and like has a lot going on. The Haunted Mermaid Coffee Shop or Coffee House. 23. Oh, we could do the Lavender Milk Corset. I think we'll do that one.
A town of orange and white, crows lingered. They built it with
Something that makes my dream, that's what we did.
pulled from forgotten incantations. A scaffolding of voices lifted into place beyond belief. Sunlight filtered through colored glass, too soft to warm the floor. The air smelled of wax and old promises. A girl in white lace, inked secrets, lying on stone. Watched as the rain came to read them. She vanished for a while. They crowned her for the time she was gone. Her name left their lips but lingered, as death lingers in wine. The ceiling is painted with borrowed constellations, each star a guess, a name no one remembers. Candles breathe against the walls, wax listening
Birds in the
for
background.
confessions that never arrive.
I'm in Florida.
What
Florida!
is you mean to do, and what is you not? A girl in white lace, inked secrets, lying on stone. Watched as the rain came to read them. She vanished for a while. They crowned her for the time she was gone. Her name left their lips but lingered, as death lingers in wine.
As death lingers in
Someone
wine.
left a coat on the altar, a child's drawing tucked inside the pocket, a son with no face. The candles flickered, though there was no draft. Something exhaled behind the veil. The silence pulled tighter, then loosened again. A tremble passed through the stained glass. Something left the room that hadn't entered. The room remembered something it shouldn't. A girl in white lace, inked secrets, lying on stone. Watched as the rain came to read them. She vanished for a while. They crowned her for the time she was gone. Her name left their lips but lingered, as death lingers in wine. The graves outside began to shift.
I don't know if this is the bridge because it seems different to me.
Unsettled. Roses stood upright in their vases.
I think it is.
Though no one touched them, a book of hours stirred above the basalt, its pages turning toward something unseen. The girl in white was nowhere, but the room tilted toward her name. A girl in white lace, inked secrets, lying on stone.
It's gonna take me a long time to remember it.
As the rain came to read them, she vanished for a while. They crowned her for the time she was gone. Her name left their lips but lingered, as death lingers in wine. There was blood, not much, but it hadn't been there before.
Okay, that was the outro. I was like, is that another verse? Why would I do that after the bridge? But it wasn't.
They met beneath the mirror lake, each holding fire in the wrong hand.
The flame beneath the shell.
Turtles watched them, the edge of time, too slow to warn, too old to care. One stayed above, one went below, their names shattered when they touched the glass roses floating on the backs of turtles. The flame
I don't remember what it's about that much.
Shut.
I think it's... Wow. These are gonna be so hard to explain because I'm still learning what they mean, so I don't know yet. But when I find out, I'll let you know.
Breathes louder, fire finds the hidden gems.
I'm like, I forget what my own songs are about. My catalog's big enough that I forget, but...
Pull, break the soul, break the song. The turtles ate fresh cucumbers.
I mean, those are definitely literal turtles in the song. They're not supposed to be like a metaphor, so I think it's people that exist sort of having a side story happen next to like literal turtles. So, but the turtles are eating celery now, so yes, in this song. That hopefully will be a massive hit someday.
In slow, sacred silence, behind them, the twin flames argued again. Their voices
Okay, there we go. So it is people standing next to turtles, but it's like you're living this story where you're arguing, but then there's like turtles like right next to you. So it's like you're having this argument, but then like in the distance or like right next to you across like a little lake, there's turtles, and it's like I don't know, I think it's a little bit like the turtles are like peacefully eating celery and you're like loudly arguing next to the turtles. It's kind of funny. There's turtles.
Crackled like burning reeds. One turtle asked the other, why does this keep happening? The other thought for a moment, because they always think it's new.
One turtle asked the other, they're referring to the argument. Like, the turtles are asking each other, watching the couple arguing or whatever. The people arguing, right? Well, I say the twin flames because, like, it's fun. But, yeah. So, basically, one turtle, the turtles are eating celery. This giant argument's happening. One turtle turns to another and says, why does this keep happening? The other one says, because they always think it's new. They always think the argument is fresh and new. Every time there's an argument, but it keeps happening. Because the argument it never gets old. Whatever.
Flame beneath us shall breathe slow.
Then we kind of do this thing where we actually combine the anatomy of the turtle with the concept of fire. So it's the flame beneath the shell. So during the chorus, it's more about this creature that actually is fire on the inside of the shell, like physically. So we're just describing the creature as the chorus. It isn't all about the argument. And it's sort of like another way to interpret what happened in that scene is that the turtle just had fire under the shell. Is another like interpretation of the whole entire scenario if you combine like it's like a recipe, I don't know. But it's not about cooking turtles. It's about like say you're resting on the microwave right now, which you are. Well, another way to interpret this happening is I'm inside of the microwave. Like I'm not, but like that would be like another way to interpret the scene because it doesn't really matter if we change like some of the rules. It doesn't really matter if I was actually inside of it. You could just say I was inside the microwave. It's just a different like way to interpret like an event from the outside. You can kind of like change the rules to it, right? It's like in another dimension type like thinking, I guess.
The hidden gems break the bowl, break the soul, break the sun. The water held what fire could not. A braid of rainbow hair floating like prophecy.
That kind of is literal. A braid of rainbow hair, but also I feel like maybe you can interpret it however you want, but like that part for me was very literal. It's like I don't know if this is the bridge because I'm still learning my own songs, but like it seems like it might be. So for the bridge, sometimes you want to like change something, give like context that wasn't there before. So I'm like setting the scene using like imagery. So there's a braid of rainbow hair, like as if somebody had like a wig or like really long hair extensions that are like rainbow and they're like braided, but it's like cut off, you know what I mean? And it's just floating in the water. So it's sort of like, don't forget how decorated this scene is while all this is happening, I guess. But you can have your own interpretations. I'm just telling you mine because, to be honest with you, my songs don't get a lot of views, and also I have to learn them. So the combination is like I can tell you what's special about them because I remember sometimes what's special about them while going through it. But yeah. So this is my interpretation, but if you got something different, like that's so fine because you can use them for whatever you want, you know.
Each strand singing a name no one had earned. The third eye opened, not to see, but to remember what it had once forgotten on purpose. The flame beneath us shall breathe louder. Fire finds.
I have this little perfume, but you can't really tell because the label's gone.
Break the bowl,
but it's the clean warm cotton. I think the brand might be clean, but I don't know.
Again, but not as flames, but as smoke.
I got them in like a multi-pack. These were like my favorite thing. I've had them the same scent since I was like 14. Like I love like whatever it's called, like clean, it's like fresh warm cotton, whatever the warm cotton one is. That was like my favorite forever. They changed the formula a little bit, I could tell, but like it's still really good. I had other ones. There's like a rain one because it's like a multi-pack. So there was like a something like linen. There's like a purple one. There's different ones. It's just the blue one, but yeah. These are just fun. I don't know.
And where they met, the first turtles crawled from the sand, blinking like lights, like they'd always known. She wrung the cloth in
Chapel of the White Cloth.
silence, wrists trembling like someone in prayer. Each shirt bore a memory, not her own. The water darkened, but it never overflowed. Steam rose like incense, the floor creaked, as if something had just stepped out. Bleach the hours, bury the thread. Don't ask what the buttons said. Rinse again. The stain's not gone, but it's not red. No one taught her how, still she knew the order. Sort, silk, surrender. Her mother had whispered something once.
This song's actually about like washing laundry.
To follow her here, the water welcomed without asking why.
But it's not just about washing laundry. It's sort of about like making that into like a magical experience.
Bleach the hours, bury the thread. Don't ask what the buttons said. Rinse again. The stain's not gone, but it's not red. She washed faster, hoping the night would follow, but the sky held its breath. Her fingers blistered, the cloth thinned, still the pile grew. Midnight deepened, as if it could not die, and the clock, it hadn't ticked.
I don't speak the language.
Bleach the hours, bury the thread. Don't ask what the buttons said. Rinse again. The stain's not gone, but it's not red. She folded the last shirt, then folded the last shirt, then another. The basin was empty, her hands were not. She turned and saw herself still washing.
This one is the lantern and the leaves.
Like smoke, her lantern warm with secrets. Some spines bent to meet her hand, others hissed and curled away. The floor was dust and
some spines bent to meet her hand. Some hissed and moved away.
and bone, but none of it her own. Read the names, but never out loud. Light the path, but not the past. If think begins to move, close the book and walk away. Some shelves breathed behind her back, exhaling dust, inhaling time. A page turned in a sealed room, not by wind, not by hand. She marked it anyway, though the ink had not dried yet.
I think we're gonna do like a get ready with me. I'm gonna pause it for a second. We're just gonna keep going. We're still gonna be listening to that though, so. We're just gonna get me ready for the day, I think. Because it's morning. It does not feel like morning, because these are totally not all morning songs, you know? Like, they don't all feel like, oh, it's the morning. Okay.
Names, but never out loud. Light the path, but not the past. If think begins to move, close the book and walk away. She opened me without fear, a rare thing. Most
The book's perspective, because there's a book. The book is now thinking about the person, so, yeah.
flinch when the words shift, but she read like she belonged here, like the enchantment recognized her. I have held kingdoms, extinctions, and gods. Still, I think she was stranger than me. Read the names, but never out loud. Light the path, but not the past. If think begins to move, close the book and walk away. Her lantern dimmed, but did it go out? The shelves leaned back into silence. The single book stayed open, though no one was there to read it. Night labeled each bottle in calligraphy, amber glass sealed with violet wax. One held a promise too big to cast. One buzzed when the moon was near. A jar of salt kept weeping, even after the spell was reversed. They said not to ask. So
This one's
she
called
wrote the
Mistakes Were
questions
Bottled Too.
down instead. She traced the charm across his chest, said this isn't part of the book. Their hands sparked over the candlelight, but no one else looked. The wax ran violet, the glass stayed cold. Some lessons burn softer when they're wrong. Her robes smelled of ash and mint. Ink bled through the margarine spells. She passed the test, but her candle never burned the right color. In the quietest hole, she found a jar without a label. The wax peeled clean, but something moved inside. She traced the charm across his chest, said this isn't part of the book. Their hands sparked over the candlelight, but no one else looked. The wax ran violet, the glass stayed cold. Some lessons burn softer when they're wrong. The potion spilled light blue, lit with stars.
I'm gonna go get like more
It
face
ran
stuff because I have like
between
this is like skincare. I'm gonna get more.
it splashed onto her
I'll be back.
skirt. Now I'm wet. The entire room said it, even without her voice. The crows outside leaned in to watch him move forward. She drew the sigil midair, light clung to her fingertips. She mouthed the words backwards from memory. The candle bent toward her breath. She traced the charm across his chest, said this isn't part of the book. their hands sparked.
Actually, I'm gonna end the live really quick and then I might just come back on live. I'm just gonna do like chores really quick, but I'll be back.